Hello students. So today we will continue with the remaining types of, that is production process of your composite material. So that is we are discussing about, we got two types, open mold process and closed mold process. So we are discussing about the closed mold process. So today we will discuss two different closed mold process. So one is injection molding process and the second one is sheet molding compound process. In short, it is called as SMC. So in the last session we have discussed three types of that is closed molding process. We will continue with the remaining two. So coming to the first one, injection molding. So name itself tells that is injection. So it is nothing but injecting. So injecting the material into the closed vessel. Injecting the material into the closed vessel. Through the closed vessel it is injected into the cavity that is generated. So that's why it's called injection molding. So this is one of the very frequently used method of what is manufacturing composite, that is material. So injection molding. So first we'll discuss what are the different parts it has got, and then how that is the process works, how the process works. So coming to the first part, so this is a sketch that shows the injection molding. So here you will be having a barrel. So this is the barrel. So this is the barrel. So barrel is nothing but a closed vessel. So barrel is nothing but the closed vessel. This is the closed vessel. So here in this vessel, inside the vessel, so we will be having a runner that is moving inside. So that is the nozzle. So one end will be projected outside. So other end it will have a nozzle. So nozzle is nothing but a very small opening. So nozzle is nothing but a very small opening. Now here this is the hopper. So this is the hopper through which the material is fed into the, that is, barrel. And this is the nozzle. So one end it is projected outside. So other end it has got a nozzle. So nozzle, through the nozzle, so it is enters the cavity. So this is the cavity that has to be generated. That is nothing but the shape of the composite material that has to be generated. Now this cavity is enclosed inside a split mold. So mold is nothing but, it is similar like a pattern that is used in case of casting. So in patterns we have got different type of patterns. So one such pattern is split pattern. Like that here it is a split mold. Split mold is nothing but it will be having two halves. One half is fixed, other half is, that is it can be removed. So it can move out. So that's why it is called split mold. And so from the nozzle, so material enters into the cavity through a small opening, that is called as sprue. From the nozzle it enters into the cavity, that is through a small opening, that is called as sprue. And so here I told that it is a split mold. So split mold, so this is the first half that is towards the closed barrel. This is the other half which is far away from the barrel. Now this is the partition, so that joins the mold. So mold has two halves. So one half will be towards the barrel shape. So other half will be on the opposite side. So other half, this is the fixed part. So this is the fixed part of the mold. So this is the movable part. So in order to remove the casted part that is inside the cavity, so this portion, that is this half of the mold, can be moved out. For that we have got these ejector pins. Ejector pin. So name itself, that is, it is ejecting, that is removing out. So this half of the mold can be removed out so that I can remove the cavity. So that is the function of ejector pin. Next, sprue is a very small passage through which the molten metal enters into the cavity. So nozzle is one where the material from the barrel it gets stored in the nozzle. From the nozzle through the sprue it enters into the cavity. So then you can observe these pads, this is called as heater pads. So on the surface, outer surface of the barrel, so heater coils will be placed, or heater pads will be placed at different intervals of time. So depending upon the total length, so we can have number of, that is heater, it may be heater pad or heater coil. So purpose of this is to heat the barrel. Now here you can observe direction. So this barrel which has got this long projection that is outside, it can be rotated and it can be moved in and out. So two directions you can observe. So this is the direction of rotation, this is the direction of moving in and out of this body's your barrel. So it has got a piston like part, so which will be moving in and out, and it can be rotated also. It can be rotated, and it can, as it rotates, it moves forward. So then I can rotate it in the reverse direction, I can move it back. So that is the direction. It is very important to show the direction, in which it will be rotated. So these are the individual parts of this injection molding setup that is used to produce composite material, and it comes under the closed mold process. It comes under the closed mold process. It is called closed mold because the material will be inside the closed vessel. Material will be inside the closed vessel. So what is the material? It will be the matrix and reinforcement. Any composite material, we already discussed, it will be having two parts or two sections. One is matrix, one is reinforcement. So matrix is the outer part, reinforcement will be that is inside the matrix. So this is nothing but the material. So that will be there inside the barrel. So barrel is nothing but a closed vessel. Barrel is nothing but the closed vessel in which the piston will be rotated and it will be moving to and fro. It will be moving to and fro. So these are the individual parts of the injection molding. Now how material is produced? How material is produced by this particular method of producing the composite material. Initially you have got a hopper. So inside the hopper, both the matrix and reinforcement will be mixed together. Initially, before starting the process, both the matrix and reinforcement will be fixed in the required proportion. So that will be fed into the hopper. That is, through the hopper it enters inside the barrel. So through the hopper it enters inside into the barrel. Now as it enters, so we got a piston like part here. So as it enters, the piston is rotated. As the piston rotates, so the charge is here nothing but the matrix and reinforcement. So charge is nothing but the matrix and reinforcement. So that is pushed forward. So as the piston part that is rotated, that is inside the barrel. So it moves in the forward direction. In the meanwhile, it pushes the charge forward. So in this direction, the charge is moved. So the charge enters into the barrel through the hopper. So once it enters into the barrel, so here this is rotated, the piston is rotated. As the piston is rotated, it pushes the charge towards the nozzle end. So as it travels from this end to this end, that is from the end of the hopper side to the end of the nozzle side. So here the charge has to be heated. So charge has to be heated so that it will be kept in molten state. So the charge what we fill here, it will be in solid state. So that has to be converted into molten state so that it can flow and enter into the cavity. It should flow and enter into the cavity. So for that conversion from the solid to the liquid section, from the solid to the liquid, that is the charge. Charge is here nothing but the matrix and reinforcement. So the heater coils are provided. So it will be provided from this distance to the end of the nozzle. So it will be covered over the outer surface of the barrel. So as the charge moves towards the nozzle, so the charge gets heated. So as the charge gets heated, so it will be the solid charge will be converted into liquid. So the liquid charge, so from the solid state it will be converted into liquid state. So that liquid charge enters the nozzle. It fills inside the nozzle. So as it fills inside the nozzle, so then further it will flow. So here it will be in solid state initially, then semi-solid, and it will be, as it enters into the nozzle, it will be in liquid state. So that liquid state charge passes through the sprue. So sprue is a very small opening. passes through the sprue and enters into the cavity, and it starts filling into the cavity. It starts filling into the cavity. Once the cavity is completely filled, so the feeding of charge is stopped. So once the cavity is completely filled with the material, once the charge is completely filled with the material, so the feeding of the raw material is stopped, and the material inside the cavity is allowed to solidify. So material inside the cavity is allowed to solidify. So during this process of solidification, once again this liquids from material, from the liquid state it will be converted into solid state. So from the liquid state it will be converted into solid state. So once it is completely solidified, so this ejector pin, it can be moved towards in and out. So ejector pin, so the ejector pin will be pushed outward. So as it pushed outward, so this is second half of this split mold is removed. So once the second half of the split mold is removed, I can remove the solidified casted part from the mold, and it can be used for any required application. So here one more thing that has to be taken into consideration is that the shape of the cavity. Shape of the cavity will be similar to the shape of the material, that is shape of the composite material that has to be produced. So that shape will be similar, so the mold will be similar to the shape of the, that is composite material that has to be produced. Now this is how composite material is manufactured or produced by injection molding. So here the name is given as injection because, so you can see the raw material is injected into the cavity. So injecting medicine into the body of human being. So injecting, so there it is through the syringe it is injected. So like that, here the barrel will be similar like a syringe. So you will be having a piston. So similar, the same thing. You will be having a needle. Needle is nothing but similar to a sprue. Needle is nothing but a sprue. So the medicine will be taken into the, that is syringe, and it will be injected to the human being. So as the injection it is pushed, the piston like part is pushed forward. So here it is rotated. And so, and it is injected. So material gets, it is entering, injected into the cavity. Hence the name given as injection molding process. So once we know what are different parts of this injection molding process, then function of each part, and then how composite material is produced by this method. So just to look at what are the basic advantages of this material, advantages of this method of producing composite material. So as I told, it is the most widely used method. In case of manufacturing of composite material, this is the most widely used. So advantages is that first one, it is suitable for mass production. So mass production, when you are producing in large quantity or in large number, the same similar component is produced in large number. So the mold shape will be similar, we are not changing the mold shape. That particular material will be manufactured in large numbers, say 100 pieces, 200 pieces, like that. So it is very much suitable. So only thing is, every time, so once it gets solidified, once again this portion is injected, pin is towards it is injected, so ejected, and so the cavity is once again empty, once again material is filled. So it is a continuous process, and it is very much suitable for mass production when you are producing the components in large quantity, Then second one, it is used to produce intricate shapes. So intricate shape is nothing but an irregular shape. So normally it will be not similar to any standard geometric shape. Standard geometric shapes are nothing but your square, rectangle, pentagon, hexagon, or circular. So these are the standard geometric shape. So intricate shape is nothing but a complex shape. So it is not, it will not have any defined shape, defined geometric cross section. It will be a different one. So intricate shape, any complex shape component, if it is to be manufactured, so this method of injection molding is very much suitable. Only thing is that your mold should be similar to that complex shape of the your component that is to be manufactured. Then third one, process parameters can be changed easily. So process parameters. So here if you look at this injection molding, so the process parameter is nothing but what is the rate at which I should rotate the piston. What is the rate at which the piston should be rotated? What is the amount of material that will be filled inside the barrel? So these are the few of the process parameters. One more important process parameter is that at what rate the material should enter into the cavity. So at what rate the material should enter the cavity. So these are the different process parameters that are involved in this process. So advantage is that it can be easily controlled. It can be easily controlled. So the movement of the piston can be easily controlled. It is done purely on manual. So since it is done manually, I can control the rotation speed. So once I control the rotation speed, I can see at what rate the molten metal, that is liquid metal, is entering into the mold cavity. One more thing is the heating coils. So the solid material should be converted into liquid state. So what should be a temperature that is required? I can control the heating coil. So as it enters through the sprue into the cavity, so I can, whether if we want to make the process faster, I can use more number of heaters. So heating can be done faster, process can be speed up. If you want the process to be slowed down, so the temperature can be controlled. So like this, the process parameters of this particular process can be easily controlled. So that is the one more advantage of this process. So very simple or very common example is that dashboards of cars are manufactured by this injection molding. So large number of components are produced. So one very simple example commonly known is your vehicle dashboards are manufactured by this method. That is, dashboards are made up of composite material. So I can manufacture dashboards by this method because once again here it is telling that it is used for mass production. So that is done in mass. So it is not one number. So number will be more, quantity will be more. So one very simple example is producing dashboards. So this is about the injection molding process, which is one of the most widely used process that is used for manufacture of composite material. Next, we have got one more process that is called as sheet molding compound process, SMC. Sheet molding compound process. So it is, in short, it is called as SMC. So this is once again an closed mold process. Closed mold, it comes under the heading of closed mold process. Now what are the individual parts this setup will have? So coming to the parts, so we will be having a carrier belt. So this is the carrier belt. So it will be moving slowly over the two rollers. So this is one roller, this is the other roller. So it will be very slowly moving, then takes a deviation and then once again comes here. So a slow moving carrier belt, it will be moving over two rollers. This is the one roller and this is the other roller. This is called as the resin filler number 1. Here we will be having two resin fillers. So resin is nothing but here once again any composite material, it will be having a reinforcement and matrix. So resin here is the matrix that is used. So resin filler, so the matrix will be filled in this resin filler number 1. Here I got one more part, that is resin filler number 2. Resin filler number 2, once again where the matrix material will be filled. And so here we will be having this is the carrier film, so which will be moving in this direction and comes down and moves over the carrier belt, At the bottom of this carrier film, he will be having compacting rollers. So purpose of this compacting rollers is to compact the resin and the it is reinforcement. That is nothing but the matrix and the reinforced material is compacted. So that is compact is nothing but it is pressed. Externally we apply the pressure. So for that process, for that purpose, we will be having compacting rollers. And then this is the chopper. This is the chopper. So chopper is used to cut the reinforcement material. So the reinforcement material will be wounded over this. So these are the chopped roving fiber. So the fibers will be cut into the required length. So for this, the choppers are used. So these are the individual parts of this process, that is setup, that is used for manufacturing or producing composite material by sheet molding compound process. Then coming to the how the process is carried out. So initially, the required fiber will be collected. It will be wound on this roller. Then the resin is nothing but matrix. So matrix will be filled here in the resin filler 1 and resin filler 2. So to begin the process, so the resin filler, the matrix on the resin filler will be opened and it will be made to pass on this the carrier belt. So it moves in this direction. So here you can see this portion, the carrier film. So carrier film will be there. So over the carrier film, the resin, the matrix will be made to pass. So it passes, the carrier belt will move slowly. So it passes in this direction. So here it takes a deviation. So at that time, by the time the resin film reaches here and it starts moving in this direction, so the reinforcement material, so the required reinforcement material is selected and it is cut into required length. So that is made to pass over the film. So we will be having resin film, then over which the reinforcement material will be there. So at the same time, so we have got one more resin filler where once again the resin, so the matrix material is filled. So it flows in this direction. It covers over it is reinforcement. So bottom one will be resin, that is the matrix. Then the intermediate layer will be reinforcement. Then over that we will be having once again resin, that is coming through the resin filler one. So it will be like a sandwich. So bottom layer, the resin, in between reinforcement, then once again resin, and it moves slowly. So it moves over this portion and then by the time it reaches here, so here we will be having compacting rollers. As it passes here, so 3 layers it will be having. Bottom one will be resin, intermediate will be your reinforcement, then once again we will be having resin. So as it passes through here, it reaches this end, so the rollers will apply the pressure. So rollers will apply the pressure. It gets compacted, and once it gets compacted, so it gets bonded. So the matrix and the reinforcement material gets bonded and it comes out and it will be once again wounded over this roller. So automatically it gets wounded over the roller. So in this process, in this way, the material, that is composite material, is manufactured by this sheet molding compound process. It is called sheet molding because, so here it will be in the shape of thin sheets. So it will be in the shape of thin sheets, having a bottom layer will be your matrix, in between reinforcement, once again top layer will be your matrix. So it will be in the shape of thin sheets, hence it is called thin sheet molding compound process. So this is how the composite material is manufactured by this particular process. Next, looking at the advantages, so high production volume and I can get a good surface finish. Production volume, so it is a continuous process. Once you start, so process will be completely automated. So it will be continuously, I'll get the thin sheets which will be rolled. So until I require the required amount of production is carried out, the process will be continuous. So hence it is advantage is high production volume. So large volume can be produced and better surface finish. So here 3 layers are compacted, compactness will be there by the pressure applied. So and it is completely automated process. So as the rollers move over the top surface, I can get very good surface finish. I can get very good surface finish. Bottom layer, bottom resin will be moving over belt. So both are good surface parts. So as it moving in between that, you can get a very good surface finish. Then better mixing of raw material. So better mixing of raw material. So here layer by layer automatically takes the layer, bottom layer, intermediate layer and top layer. So the mixing will be uniform. Mixing, that is the matrix and the reinforcement, mixing will be uniform. Hence I can get a better mixing of raw material. So these are the few of the advantages of this method of producing composite material. So till now we have discussed what is composite material. So what are the different parts of composite material and what are the different methods how we can manufacture composite material, open mold process and closed mold process. So one more important topic under this is that what are the different applications. So coming to the applications, here composite material is used in almost all the field. So in most every applications we use composite material. So today we will list out some of the applications where composite material is used. So coming to that, the first one is aircraft industry. Now if you take aircraft industry, so you know that major parts it should be light in weight and it should be having enough strength also. Now normally aluminum is extensively used, but aluminum is light in weight but it has not got the required strength. Whereas composite material, if you use composite material, it will have strength and it will be that is light in weight. So both things will be satisfied, both conditions will be satisfied. So hence in major of parts of this aircraft industry, composite material is used. So just to list a few of them, rotor blades. So we will be having very big size of blades in case of aircraft. So aeroplanes will be having blades. So the blades will be rotating. So that blade, rotor blades will be made up of composite material. Similarly fins, wing body. So wing, it will be having wings. So wing will be covered by the outer body. So the outer body of wing, fuel tank. So aircraft industry, once again aircraft if you take, it will having a fuel tank where air fuel will be filled. So as the quantity of fuel increases, its weight increases. So here if it is made up of composite material, so it will be having strength and it will once again light in weight. So these are the few of the parts in which composite material is used with respect to aircraft industry. Then second one is space. So space shuttles will be launched. So you know that it will be moving at very high speed. It should move and reach the orbit where it has been planned to reach. So it will moving at a very fast speed. It will be running at a very high speed. It will be running at a high speed. So there once again lightweight plays a very important criteria. So manufacturing any aircraft your space shuttles, it should be light in weight. So there also extensively major of the parts are manufactured by this composite material. So listing of them, rocket motor casing, it will be having a big size of motor which pushes the space shuttle above towards the orbit. So rocket motor casing, blades, rotor blades, once again heat shields, nozzles, etc. It will be having heat shields where large amount of heat generated, so that heat energy pushes the your space shuttles. So it should have heat shields. So that heat shield will be made up of composite material. Similarly nozzles. So these are the different parts in case of the space industry where composite material is used. Next come to the marine field. So marine field is nothing but the water field. So in case of water also the composite material is used. So here propeller vanes, ships. So ships will have propeller vanes. So we generate as it rotates, it generate energy that is required for the movement of the ship. So propeller vanes, blowers, it will be having very big size of blowers. So blowers made up of composite material. Then condenser shields, valves, etc. So these are all the components related to marine field. So where composite material is once again extensively used. Then come automobiles. You can observe that. So all fields of modes of transportation. So water, air and road. Water, air and road. In all the three modes of transportation, so composite material is used. So automobiles. So major parts of automobiles today, it is made up of composite material. So major part, because everywhere the weight factor is considered. So if you compare a vehicle which was 50 years back manufactured and a vehicle which is manufactured today, so weight wise it will be, today's weight is more, vehicles are more light in weight. So because major parts are used are made up of composite material. So coming to just a few, list of few of them. So your combustion engine components. So any vehicle will have an engine. So engine is one where the power is generated. Engine is the part where power is generated. So most of the engine components are manufactured by a composite material. Then disc brakes. So it is most familiar component which everyone know who are that is vehicles, today's vehicles will have disc brake. So that disc brake, circular brake will be made up of composite material. Then steering wheels. So steering wheels, once again a common component which is used in automobile, that is vehicles. So steering wheels, bumpers, door lining. So like this, majority of parts are that is by composite material. So then come to the construction industry. Come to the construction industry, we have doors. So today almost in many of the construction field, doors are used made up of composite material. Door hinges. So hinges are nothing but the holding window frames, water tank, furniture, sanitary ware, sinks. So once again, majority cases we are using composite material. Then come to the medical field. So in medical field, artificial parts like leg, teeth, then optical lenses, wheelchairs. So we are using composite material. So artificial parts. So artificial parts are made up of composite material. Then come to the last one, sports field. If you take even in sports field, so drumsticks, tennis rackets, ice hockey sticks, golf rod, bicycle frame, racing boats. So in all the cases, this composite material is used. So we can look at every field composite material is used. So that shows how wide the applications are spread out with respect to composite material.